It's tactic time and welcome back to the channel. Elite Team Test is Liverpool and their £500 million upgrade. Go from total football to total attack with Ajax. And a Welsh club in the English leagues, it's Merthyr. It's been requested and now it's back. It's Deadpool for FM26. Liverpool are struggling at the moment in real life, so how would they get on if Arne Slot switched to this tactic? Turns out it might be the answer to Liverpool's problems. You can see some of the awards here. Clean sheets for Alisson, 21 clean sheets kept by him is a new record. 11 Player of the Match awards for Mo Salah is also a record, but he also had 26 assists, which is a new team record. But how did the team get on? You can see up here, it's 102 points for Liverpool, 128 goals for, 34 wins, 0 drawn, 4 losses, just the 27 against, 101 goal difference, 102 points, and they are Premier League champions once again. Started the season battering Crystal Palace in the Community Shield 5-0. They went and scored 5 again in the Carabao Cup final, beating Chelsea 5-2. And then they went and scored 4 in the FA Cup final against Manchester City. They then went on to meet Manchester City again in the Champions League final, coming back from 2 goals down to draw 3-3 and win on penalties. The superstars of Liverpool were on top form in this one. Ajax are a great club with a great history of total football. They've not had the success they would expect over the last couple of years, so let's try something different and go all out attack. And Ajax have won the Dutch Cup, but it's also taken Ajax back to the top of the league with 81 points, 12 clear of Feyenoord, 92 goals over the course of the season, just the 32 against in the 34 games. Many would say a season taking Ajax back to where they belong. The Welsh club, and they're not in the Welsh League, but they are right down the bottom of the English Football League. Let's see how Merthyr get on. So with all due respect, I can't just test the tactic with the world's biggest clubs. Ajax, massive club, not had the best times in the last couple of seasons. We've taken them back to the top of Dutch football. Liverpool, massive club, elite squad, have done what you would expect with a team like that in the game. So let's take it down to the Enterprise North Division. We are Merthyr and we are predicted to finish 20th. If we take a look at the club, you can see founded in 2010, semi-professional team, obviously based in Wales, but part of the English football leagues. Let's see how we got on with this one. As you can see, it's gone very, very well. 103 points, 103 goals, just the 3 losses with a 57 goal difference. 46 games in this one, but that does not take away from the points achievement when you consider where we were predicted to finish. There is no editor on this. It works for elite teams and it works for the underdogs. Let's take a look at the team instructions. One of my most popular tactics in FM24, Deadpool is back. Here are the in possession and out of possession setups. You can see it's quite similar to Swansea, but there are some differences. I'm going to run through the team and player instructions for those on mobile and console. If you're on PC or Mac, the free download link is in the description. Thanks for all the support, and every like helps more FM players find the channel. If you haven't already, hit subscribe so you catch all the future tactics. Starting with the build-up phase of play, and you can see we are playing through the press, so when the opposition press is high, this encourages the team to stay composed and play through it whenever possible. The team will take more risks with passing during the build-up phase and be more reluctant to clear the ball long. With that in mind, we are playing short goal kicks. Our goalkeeper distribution speed is balanced, but we are predominantly passing it out to the centre backs. We move into the progression phase of play, and you can see where the players move on the pitch. The supporting runs are balanced. Dribbling we are encouraging, so I don't mind my wing backs picking the ball up and running at the opposition defence, and the same for the other players if there is space to do so. We are playing through both flanks. That's why I mentioned the wing backs. There's a lot of space for them as we are dragging defenders in tight. We're creating central overload with bodies, which creates space on the flanks for these 2 players. With that in mind, we are also passing into space. You can see how it creates space on the flanks for them, and we will look to hit that so they can get the ball in the box for everyone who has moved central. Into the final third, we are still encouraging dribbling. We are standard with our patience, so we're not working the ball into the box and we're not hitting early crosses. I'll let the players decide. Sometimes they'll work it in, sometimes they'll get it in early. We will see where the spaces are. Shots from distance, leaving it a balance. If they want to take a shot, take a shot. But the crossing style is low. Lots of bodies here, either for the cutback or across the 6-yard box. Up to the overview. So the team is playing shorter passing at a much higher tempo with a narrow attacking width. We are counter-attacking when we've got the ball. Creative freedom is balanced. Time wasting is less often. And we are keeping the ball in play. We're not playing for set pieces. We are keeping the ball in and looking to attack during open play. Now we're going to run through the outer possession instructions. So the cross engagement is standard and the mid-block pressing trap is balanced. We're not forcing them inside, not forcing them outside. We are keeping our shape to remain defensively solid. If we move over to the mid-block, you can see keeping this shape, no space through the middle, and we've got pretty good coverage on the wings as well. Moving up to the high press, again balanced with a pressing trap, but we are trying to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. I want him to kick it long because if our defenders win the headers, we got lots of bodies in the middle to win that second ball. Lastly, the overview outer possession. It is an intense gegenpress, if you like. Jurgen Klopp would be proud. It is high press line of engagement. Defensive line is much higher. We're much more often with the trigger press, and the defensive transition is counter press. Tackling, it's on get stuck in, be more combative, and win the ball back. So if you've seen the last few tactics, you'll notice there's not many player instructions, especially in the defensive phase, and that is the same again on this one. We've got a ball-playing goalkeeper in possession. Out of possession, he's just a goalkeeper with no instructions. The wing-backs, left and right wing-backs in possession, full-backs out of possession, and the centre-backs are ball-playing defenders in possession, centre-backs out of possession. And the only instruction that the wing-backs and the centre-backs have is tackle harder. That's right, nothing else other than what comes automatically with the role, and that's where these come in. It is just tackle harder on these players. This trend carries on into the midfield on this one. So I've got a centre midfielder who becomes a defensive midfielder, and I've got a midfield playmaker who does the exact same thing. And those two players also only have tackle harder added. That is the only instruction added to all four centre-backs and the two defensive midfielders. Now for the biggest surprise possibly of them all on a very effective tactic. That's exactly the same for the rest of the players. I'm not going to run through them individually. There's no point. They are all exactly the same. They all just have tackle harder and their coded instructions. We've got an inverted winger on the left, inverted winger on the right, winger out of possession in both of those roles with just tackle harder, advanced playmaker in possession, find space between the lines. He's expressive, he's creative. That's where Wirtz should thrive in game. I know he's struggling in real life a little bit to get used to the pace and the physicality of the Premier League, but in game he will be an absolute threat there. And again, it is just tackle harder on him, and out of possession he is an attacking midfielder. And lastly, the man up top, centre forward. Again, no in possession instructions and just tackle harder out of possession. The roles combine well, the instructions work together, and that creates a really solid tactic in defence and a really powerful one in attack. That is Deadpool for FM26. Let me know which one of the old tactics you want to see come back. Few people have mentioned Hulk. Few people have mentioned a narrow diamond. I am working on both of them. Don't think it'll take me long to get the diamond together. That one is coming on well. Seems to work well in the match engine. The link to my tips video is on screen now. 15 tips to help you navigate your way around FM26. But as for today, tactic time done.